Wouldn't you like the opportunity to be able to touch somebody's life in a way that you've never had the opportunity before? When you volunteer, you have the opportunity to share a part of yourself with somebody that you might not have had before. I'd like to show you some ways that volunteering can change your life and the lives of those you're helping. I'd like to go over the benefits of volunteering and also different opportunities you have. And I'd also like to end on a challenge. So, who has the opportunity to volunteer anymore? If I do volunteer my time, what am I going to get from it? Well, what are some of the benefits of volunteering? It's good for you. It helps you reduce your stress and it changes your mood and emotions. You can help others. You cannot help others without feeling a change in yourself. You are physically and mentally rewarded every time you volunteer. It brings people together. It helps build togetherness and teamwork. When you work together in a group, it really changes how you work together in a group. It strengthens your communities, and this can be done by supporting families, improving schools, maybe supporting youth, or beautifying the neighborhood. You can learn a lot from volunteering. You learn about yourself, you learn about the government, you can also learn about your community that you live in. You can learn about different fields and different things that you might not have learned about before. It gives you a chance to give back. We always take, but this gives us a chance to finally give back something, and that really makes a difference. Volunteering can advance your career. You are getting career experience and you're learning new skills that you might not have learned in another thing. You might be interested in changing a job or maybe thinking, I might like to do this someday. Well, this gives you a chance to actually try it out, to see what it is that you're doing, to see what it might be like. Definitely a good way to learn something new. When you volunteer, you're also having fun. You never cannot help somebody and not enjoy it. No time do you help somebody and say, oh, I really wish I hadn't have done that. You always end with a big smile on your face and your heart feeling very full from doing something that you know can change somebody's life. You make an impact in other people's lives. No matter what you do, who it is that you do it for, somebody's life has been impacted by something that you've done. Most importantly, every person counts. No matter how small or how big the act is or what the person has done, everything counts. You make a difference. You know that there are many benefits to volunteering, but what are some areas that you can volunteer? What does it mean to volunteer, or where can I be used? Local schools always need help in the schools. There's always some area that doesn't have enough financing to be able to really do what they'd like to do. The best thing to do is to go to your local school and find out what this area is that needed. Maybe you have a specialty that you can do and you can help out. There's sometimes chances to be able to maybe go in and help with math or maybe reading. There's always something that needs to be done. You can file papers, cut papers, restock books. The schools always need somebody to be there. Food cupboards get food shipments in that need to be stocked on the shelves, and they also have times when they hand out food and they need to have helpers help out the needy that area. What about knitting hats for the homeless, or maybe helping by making something? If you have a talent in crafts, why not use that crafts for somebody for good? Donate blood to the Red Cross. The Red Cross always needs blood donations, and funny thing is, we always have plenty of it. So how about volunteering in a soup kitchen or maybe a homeless shelter? This is a great way to see somebody that you might not ever have the opportunity to run into, and you can change their lives just by handing them some small pieces of food and a smile. Dog shelters always need people to come in and be able to pet the dogs or play with them, or maybe the cats or any of the animals. They also need help with feeding or cleaning out the kennels. Those are always great ways to interact, and if you love animals, it's a lot of fun. You can volunteer by donating to any of these places, not just your time, but also you can donate items So any one of them always needs things to be given to them. Volunteerguide.org is a great place that you can go to, and you can get ideas about what things to volunteer for, and it also gives you different volunteering jobs that can be done in 15 minutes or more, and it also gives you can program in where you're located, and it might even bring up some of the volunteer opportunities that are near you. So don't forget about your local church. You can volunteer your time by teaching Sunday school or helping in the nursery. Maybe there's a special event coming up that needs to have things set up for that. You can always help out with there. What about just greeting people on Sunday morning or whenever, any other time that they need greeters? That's a great way to interact with the people coming in and to be able to give a friendly smile and just say welcome. You can also remember that it only takes 15 minutes to volunteer, and so there's always something that you can find to do in your area or anywhere around you. Now that we know that you can volunteer and that it's good for you and that there's many opportunities out there for you to do it, how about a challenge? I hope that you take this challenge and you don't just look at volunteering as something somebody else will do. If everyone says that, no one will do it. This week, sit down, look at your schedule, look at your life, and ask yourself, what would I like to do? What can you do for somebody other than yourself? Do not assume someone else will take care of it, and you really don't matter. Every person matters, no matter how big or small it is. Every person can change somebody else's life. After you're asked this question, then look at your time, look at your schedule, and see how much time you have to fit in. No matter how small it is, everybody has some amount of time to do something. Remember, it could be Sunday when you go to church. Everybody that goes to church is there, so why not help out? So, and remember, it can be even only just 15 minutes or an act of something that doesn't take much time. There's always an opportunity to volunteer. But look at your schedule and see what could fit for you. Now that you know what time you have available and you have the opportunity to do this, now look at what's in your area and see what is available to be done. You need also to find something that fits you. You don't want to choose a volunteering opportunity like building a house if it's something that you can't do. Or if you want to knit a hat but you don't know how to knit, that might not be the best opportunity for you. Now is the hardest part. This is the most difficult part of this task, actually signing up to volunteer. You can do this. It will take your time and it will take an effort, but you can do this. It's going to change your life, and it will change the lives of those that you help. Remember, you never know the impact you make on somebody else. You'll never see what little bit it is that you did, how it changes them, but it does. You can make a world of a difference in just one person, and that's all that matters. So now that we know that volunteering is good for us and that there's a ton of opportunities out there, and you've been challenged, and I hope you do take that challenge. I hope that I was able to show you how important volunteering is, not only for the people that you are helping, but also for yourself. It is great to volunteer because of all the benefits plus all the options that we have out there, and don't forget your challenge. In my family, it's very important to volunteer. We try to volunteer our time in different ways. I volunteer in our kids' school, in lots of different areas there. And then both me and my husband are volunteer firefighters, so we volunteer our time there. And it's important for our kids to learn to volunteer their time too, because it really does make a difference. It really does show others that you care in a way that maybe you didn't show before. So I hope you take this opportunity to volunteer, and even in the smallest way. Remember, there's always something you can do. Thank you.